Alright, so I wasn't going to do two of these in 1 week, because as for the rules, I only have four to do every month. But I can't help but to tell the story. Weirdest thing that ever happened to me on stage. I was in a production of Words, Words, Words by David Ives, and the director didn't really block anything. She was more interested in us finding our animalistic instincts and following that. And she said, once we found our inner monkey, that's the only thing we needed to do to get through this play. So we spent weeks not working on blocking, but just working on our animal instincts. And the show eventually blocked itself, as such things does. But still in the back of my mind, I was a monkey. And anything that happened on stage, I would respond as a monkey. Teaching moment, one of Ian's three most important things of acting, reacting on stage. But in this case, it overwhelmed all of the other important things of acting. And I became what they call an unsafe actor. So what happened was my character had to smoke a cigarette on stage, and everything was going as planned. We were in performance. This was a show in front of an audience, and the character playing Kafka, another monkey, smacked the cigarette out of my hands. Apparently, she had some kind of animalistic instinct to do that. Never happened in rehearsal. So the cigarette is lying between the three monkeys, and we're all eyeing each other. It's kind of a great theatrical moment of what are we gonna do? And my monkey instinct said, get it away from the other monkey. So I grabbed the cigarette, real cigarette, and popped it in my mouth. Instead of smoking it, I actually put it in my mouth. And at that moment, my safe actor came back and said, "Oh, you have a cigarette in your mouth. That might be a problem." I'm like, no, I'm professional. I can handle this. I just put it in my cheek. I'll do the rest of the scene with it in my cheek. I don't smoke cigarettes. I've had to for a role before, and I think it's gross personally. And the taste of a cigarette chewed up is even worse than the taste of a cigarette being smoked. So I noticed that, and my actor instinct said, "Well, it's only 10 minutes. It's a short play. We're already halfway through, and you can finish the play with a cigarette in your cheek." So I did. I kept going and going. But as I was talking, the cigarette juices started going down my throat and into my stomach, and my stomach sense started saying, "You can't do that. I'm not going to allow cigarette juices in my stomach. That's gross." And it's at that moment I realized that I was going to Ralph on stage. And my acting instincts came back and said, whatever bad things might actually happen, throwing up on stage is probably the worst. So my acting self gave me two options. One, leave the stage, which I wasn't going to do. And two, I spied, there's also typewriters all over the stage. If you know the play, you can picture it. And I decided to open up one of the typewriter cases and spit this huge, gross wad of nicotine cigarette glump uh, into the typewriter case. And I continued on with the show, never successfully smoking the cigarette because I ate it, but successfully not throwing up on stage. Which I'm glad, because my parents were in the audience, and the producer was in the audience. No one would have liked that. So that is my story. I kind of don't want to change the challenge because this is fun. So I'll give you an option because worst. No, I'll just keep it the same. That's it. Worst or weirdest thing that has ever happened to you during a performance.